Hello everybody, I'm Kevin from Henry Robinson Farm. I'm going to give you a little tour, I guess, a little bit more of my farm, talk about some of the other animals that we've got here, and a few things. I've got a few notes. I couldn't find anything to write on her pencil, so I borrowed my daughter's little notebook. So we'll see how that goes. But here's a little A-frame house for the sheep. Just a little thing I built for them to go under. They don't mind the rain too much. Sometimes they'll go out there and graze in the rain. But when they don't like it, they'll usually go up next to a tree or something like that. But sometimes in the wintertime when it gets cold, you don't want them dealing with the cold and the rain. So I built them these little shelters here. And I'll show how I built it on another video. I've got one more that I need to build for our third pasture. It's pretty cool. I think I paid probably less than $200 for everything. And this one has been here for, I think I built that early last year, or maybe it was the year before that. I'm not sure. I think it was actually the year before that. But it survived a Florida snowstorm. Believe it or not, we had one. I'm sure it was no big deal to you guys, but some of you guys, but it was pretty much stopped us from doing anything around here. I couldn't get out of my property. We were stranded here. Every day it would warm up to, I think it was 60 degrees, something like that. It melted our driveway, and then every night it would freeze again. So I tried to get up my driveway. It was just a big thing of ice. Got the girls here. They're eating some grain. I don't usually feed them grain. Usually I rely on either the pasture grass, or I feed them some hay. Actually, they have a combination of some perennial peanut hay, which is pretty common around here. It's basically the same stuff that you see people planting on the roadside or in the medians of the road with the little yellow flowers. It's basically the same thing, but it's very high in protein and very nutritious, and they absolutely love it. I've tried giving them all kinds of stuff. Sometimes when they don't have perennial peanut, I'll give them some more expensive stuff. These bales run about $8 a bale. I give them some of the other stuff. It's like $30, $40 a bale, and they can't stand it. They won't eat it. They won't touch it. And it's frustrating because it's paid so much for it, and here they are. They like the cheap stuff. But being cheap doesn't mean that it's no good. There's the highway in the background. Sorry about that background. I don't know if you hear all that or not. But so right now, this morning, actually yesterday, I separated them. It's weaning time. So I've got the lambs over in the corral. I wish I had videotaped it, but it was too chaotic. I couldn't figure out trying to figure out how to separate the lambs from the mothers. There's the mothers there and all the little lambs over there. We've got a customer coming this weekend to pick up a couple of the lambs, so I've got to get them separated and so they can be picked out and whatever and loaded. So yeah, the pasture. This is our little corral. Yeah, it's our little corral. So they go in through this gate here, and I'll show you that mechanism. It's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. I'm kind of proud of myself. I worked on it and tried figuring it out. And finally I came up with something, sort of an idea, and it seems to be working so far. But it's just kind of nice to have a little area where I can separate some. I need to break it down a little bit more and have an actual chute. Planning on having a chute here along the little runway, so they'll be directed down there, and then I can separate them out a little easier than the way I did it yesterday. It was kind of a pain. I'll show you my gate here. Trying not to ramble too much. I found out that my videos have been a little too long. Trying to keep it down to 10 minutes best I can. So there's my little gate I built. Just a simple thing. I got to figure out some sort of a latch. I think found that that's one of the big problems on farms is how do you keep the gates closed? All kinds of gate closures and stuff, but I don't know. It's just frustrating. Nothing really works. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I should get in that business and start and make something, design something, because it's frustrating. Just using the chain, just got the chain wrapped around. Now I got a little kennel here, giant kennel I use for our big dogs. So I get the lambs into this corner here, and then I open the gate to the little kennel, and they go in there, and I can close the gate. That's how I catch them one by one. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about the sheep again. I already talked about them a little the other day. But I'm here to talk about our see what I mean? I got several mechanisms for the gate, and nothing really works. So I got this here. So I don't know if that makes sense. So it closes here, opens up to there, and then they are corralled into there. So everything goes through the corral. When they want to eat, they go into the corral. When they want to drink, they go into the corral. So they get accustomed to being in there. So they don't get stressed out. They are used to it, and it's not difficult to get them in there. I just built my my fence here. Just finally got a corral. You know, 'cause we started with just the 2 sheep, like I said, and we've been just building our flock every year, doubling our flock. Our lambs, they'll have about 2 lambs a year. Actually, we can double that. If we wean them right away, we can have them lamb twice a year. And that's as much as 4 lambs. Actually, sometimes they'll have triplets. So these are St. Croix. They're pretty common to make twins, and every once in a while you get triplets, but it's really hard to birth the triplets. We lost one ewe when she was having triplets, and she didn't survive. Unfortunately, the lambs didn't survive either, and it's unfortunately partly my fault because I didn't know what to do, how to handle it at the time. We just had similar complications just recently with one of our other ewes, and fortunately I knew how to deal with it, and I was able to get the lamb out of her, and she survived. The lamb didn't survive. Unfortunately, I wasn't here when she was trying to lamb, and the lamb got stuck and didn't come out, so it was already dead when I got here. But I was able to save the ewe. Fortunately, yeah, there they are. They're all eating. I don't know who's all doing all that whining. I'm guessing that's probably the mamas wanting to get back with their babies. So, there's Bob. I got to worry about Bob. I try not to forget about him. Keep track of where he is. Found that the rams are the biggest problem on the complication on the farm. One of them. One of the problems is just trying to keep track of them. He's coming up behind me. I don't trust him coming up behind me, so let me get over here where I'm safe. I have been knocked over by a previous ram, so I don't want that to happen again. Yeah, there he is. There we go. Here we go. That's Bob. Bob. Yeah, what's your name? Huh? You tell him what your name is? Yeah, he'll say it. He said, Bob. Sounds just like it. I'll try and see if I can post a video of that. He's pretty good. Bob. And this is the star. This is Kiki. you heard me on a previous video, I call the sheep, when I call the animals, they all come running. And I call them by saying, Waikiki! Waikiki! See what happens. Waikiki! Ah, they're all busy eating right now. But she's the reason we call them Waikiki. That's Kiki, and her boyfriend, or husband, or whatever, his name was Waiki. My wife and I, we went to Hawaii for our anniversary. She's she's a flirt. She's flirting with Bob. Yeah, she's big flirt. She flirts with me too. It's a little stressful. But yeah, so try to tell the story a little faster. But yeah, we went to Hawaii, stayed at Waikiki. Right after we got back from there, we bought our first 2 little piglets. It was Waiki, which is, he's gone already, unfortunately, and Kiki. And they stayed with us for a while, and they mated, and we got our first litter of piglets. And that's all the little piglets that's here. We've got, I think, 11 pigs now. These are what's called, what is it? Kunekunes. They're called Kunekunes. They are a specialty grazing pig. And I got them for the farm because they basically just go around grazing. They don't tear up the yard. There's very low impact on the land. Very beneficial to the land. They turn the soil a little bit, not too much, like a regular pig. Regular pig just tear up the pasture and tear up everything. And basically just get huge and fat very, very fast. These are smaller growing. Basically, I just put them on the pasture and I don't have to worry about anything. If they've got water to drink and they've got plenty of grass to eat, they're good. They don't need anything else. So that's perfect for me. That's what I'm after. I want as hands-off as possible for my farm. Sustainable, low impact, good for the environment. They grow a little slower, but I don't have to feed them, so what do I care? You know, they're pretty much ready to go probably after a year. I try to keep them for another probably 2 years, and then they'll go to the big freezer in the sky. Yeah, that's our goal. I mean, we sell them to other farms live, and then we also process some, or we will process some. But in the meantime, we try to give them the best life that they can on the farm. They eat well. They get all kinds of interaction with the other animals, and they just have a good life. And that's our goal. Give them the best life that they can have, and right up to the end. If they go to the big freezer in the sky, they just go. I don't know how to best say it. It's easiest way or the best way to go that way, with a little pain and a little suffering as possible. I know it's kind of a hard subject, kind of hard for me to even talk about. I don't know what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, especially on YouTube, you know. But it's the reality of the farm. It was hard when I first got into it, having to deal with that part of it. I wasn't raised a farmer. I didn't come from a farmer family. I'm in the city, basically. You can probably hear the trucks and cars in the background. It's just not in my blood. I never had to deal with it. So it's difficult. But one thing I've found out is that all of this stuff gets easier. It's a lot easier as time goes by, because you deal with a lot of stuff on a farm. A lot of stuff that you don't see on other videos and other YouTube channels and stuff like that. It's just, you know, life happens on a farm. A lot of life happens on a farm. A lot of reality. Sometimes it's a little too much reality. Sometimes I have to deal with stuff, and then I go in and talk to my wife, and my wife's like asking me all kinds of questions. Well, what happened to who? And I said, I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's hard. I was there. I had to do it. I had to deal with it. We just had that ewe that lost her baby. I had to deal with it. she asked me, how do you deal with it? Well, if I didn't do it, nobody else is gonna. And so you just jump in there and do it. And every time you deal with something like that, it gets a little easier. It gets, it kind of get hardened. Because these animals, they rely on me. If I don't do it, who's gonna do it? So just deal with this stuff. And it's hard to, you know, these little lambs. See, it's got this one here. It's cutie. Look at that cutie. And there's probably your mama there. Yeah, it's even like that. It's kind of hard to take the lambs away from their mamas, you know. But it's better for them, especially this time of year. How it's been, we don't have a lot of grazing to be done. So it's kind of hard on the mama. You know, she's feeding herself, feeding her babies, and they're getting a little too big. So yeah, even like that, that was kind of hard in the beginning. Hard to think about separating them, and they get all upset. But that's how it is. Anyway, hope this is interesting. We've got show you all the little piglets. I'm kind of embarrassed. Our corral here, that's been all our pigs have been in there right now. So there's lots of pig manure. I got to get in there, rake all that up, and get that out of there. But that's how it is. Let's see. Research of the Kunekunes. They're awesome. They're pretty cool animal. They're very friendly. You can bottle feed them too, and they're very friendly. They got little tassels that hang from their neck right here and here. Yeah, they have shorter noses, so they don't go in and root. She's unfortunately missing her mom. Anyways, let's get this video ended. Thanks for coming. I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Kevin. Kevin from Henry Robinson Farm. I keep forgetting about that part. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for visiting Henry Robinson Farm. Can't wait to show you everything that's going on. And thanks. Bye. Just wanted to add a little comment. If you guys have any questions you want to ask about this stuff, any interests or comments, constructive, hopefully, I'd appreciate hearing from you. Really like to get an idea where I should take this YouTube channel and what kind of stuff you guys are interested in. I don't like just making videos just to make videos. Really want to try and answer some questions for you. We're working really hard to build a regenerative farm, and we're still at the very beginning stages of it, and we don't know where it's going, but we're hoping to bring you on the process, along for the process. That's why we got the cabins going on. People can come out and stay and visit and share what they know, and we can share what we know. See, we have junk. Just how a farm is. One of the problems. You know, we got over here, we got there's a stove over there. I don't know if you guys saw it in a previous video, but yeah, there's a stove in the middle of the yard. That's our metal recycling pile over there. We'll load that on a trailer and take that out when there's enough of it. But that's the reality of having a farm. You know, junk collects and it's got to go somewhere. So I try to collect it and get it to the right place. Anyways, you know, get into these little tangents. Anyways, I appreciate it. Like I said, please leave a comment. Ask me questions. If you've got any, whatever. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye-bye.